I'm Dr. Lindsey Fitzharris. I'm a medical historian and New York Times bestselling author.
And I'm Adrian Teal. I'm a caricaturist, illustrator, and writer.
Together, we created Dead Ends, Flukes, Flops, and Failures that sparked medical marvels. Now, the idea for this book really came out of my love of this very scary-looking surgical instrument from the Victorian times called the clockwork saw. It was invented by a guy named W.H.B. Winchester. At the time, speed was really important in the operating theater. This is before anesthesia. Now, when Winchester brought it into the operating room, he learned a really hard lesson, which is that too much speed can be a bad thing. And he ended up removing his assistant's fingers. I love the clockwork saw, though, because it illustrates a really important point, which is that for everything that succeeds in science and medicine, there are often dozens, if not hundreds, of things that fail.
Medical history is full of these wonderfully dark visual episodes from history. One of the stories I like best comes from the 17th century. There were some workers at the Royal Mint in London who got sick, and someone had the bright idea that if they boiled the flesh off the heads of executed criminals and then turned their skulls into cups, a bit like this, and then had the sick guys at the Royal Mint drink from this cup, they would be miraculously cured and all would be well. It might surprise you to learn that this didn't work in every case, or indeed in any case, actually, because it was nonsense. But it does underline this idea of what Lindsey, I think, would call medical cannibalism. This idea that you can take parts of dead bodies and take them into your cells and use them as cures and remedies.
I like to remind people that we actually perform a form of medical cannibalism today in blood transfusions and organ transplantation.
So there you go. That is the dead ends in a nutshell, really.
Yeah, and we hope that kids will pick up this book and they'll learn that failure isn't always a bad thing. It's not always a dead end. Sometimes it's just a change of direction in disguise.